So we've asked you this before, but when you see Andre hopping around, dunking multiple times, playing like this, what are you thinking, and what does that mean to this team?
It means a lot. He brings so much energy off the bench and with all sorts of different lineups. And his versatility it's always evident, but when it shows up all across the stat sheet, and he's aggressive scoring, knocking down shots, playing inspired basketball. It's unbelievable. I think we feed off of his energy when we see him, get a rebound, get a steal, push it up the court, make a crazy, inside-out dribble and finish at the rim, or knock down open threes. Play make for other guys. It's fun to watch. He always say, "Y'all forget that I can play basketball too," but we don't forget that. We love to see it.
Stephanie, you got in the fourth quarter as you usually do, and that's when you guys really started to pick it up on defense. When you got back out there, what was your goal in terms of just keeping that defense going? Because they were shooting like 55% of the first three, and then in the fourth, you guys knocked it down.
Yeah, they were making some tough shots. It's one of those games we didn't really have too many breakdowns. Maybe going under a screen that we shouldn't have. As the league goes, good offense always beats good defense. But you can't get discouraged by it. There's a point in the second quarter where our body language was kind of tough, and then we went on an 8-0 run. You can't let that stuff affect you the rest of the game, and I think we did a good job of that. So especially start the fourth quarter and down the stretch, just making them take tough shots and get rebounds.
Steph, what in your mind makes explosive scorer so combustible?
He can shoot the ball really well.
I mean, heating up so quickly the way he does.
He's got no conscience. It doesn't matter what's happened before that next possession. If he's got an open look, he's going to take it, and he's got confidence that he can make it. That's what great shooters do. And when they see a couple go in, it's kind of lights out from there.
You hit a straight minutes left and point over to the bench. Was that like a play design and you were crediting them?
Nah, just having some fun. It's kind of hard to explain. It's a long conversation that you don't have no time for right now.
David's line was obviously, but David-West, but he was big down the stretch. Can you talk about what his defense on Zach Randolph was, especially in the fourth?
It was big. I mean, a lot of guys had cracks as Evo, Draymond, JaVale, Zaza, D.West to finish it up, and he's tough. You're not going to move him on the post at all. And I think he relishes those opportunities to play a more physical type game, which is his style. So he showed that in the fourth quarter, just trying to keep him away from the basket, getting a couple of deflections, and I think he did even a more amazing job of keeping Zebo off the offensive glass, because that's where he can kind of feast if you don't put a body on it.
Steve, say you
developed a tail to know when Andre's feeling good and ready to play with him.
It's usually after he plays golf. Me and him have that in common.
Steph, in the fourth quarter, the game was tight, and then you guys kind of blew it open. Steve Kerr has talked about practice, working on execution and things like that. How much have you seen just growth and success now in the fourth quarter from even the beginning of the season, or last time you guys saw them here?
Yeah, there's obviously things that we focused on, sets that we want to run, that we know we can execute and keep it simple down the stretch of games. But the biggest thing is just defense, really. I mean, we know we can score, we're going to make shots, but nights like tonight, even if a couple of those shots don't go down, we still have control of the game because of how we're playing on the defense end. That's the biggest difference between tonight and when they were here the last time. We missed a ton of shots in the fourth quarter, but we didn't get any stops either, and they walked us down. So our success down the stretch usually depends on our defense, knowing that we have enough time to kind of work it out on the other end.
Steph, what are you of your team for hosting something like this, and what did you get to say to Isaiah and his mom?
It's obviously a great gesture to reach out to our fans. We have such a huge fan base all across the country, and when we go into road cities, it's usually a huge turnout. And when you hear stories about Isaiah, who had been looking forward to that game all year, his mom wanted to provide that experience for him, and wasn't able to for obvious known reasons. That's tough. There's obviously a lot of stories like that, but to kind of share, or for Isaiah to be able to come out here and watch us play, the seats that he had, the experience that he got, speaks a lot about our organization. And try to take care of our fans the best way we can, and obviously show appreciation for how they support us all year long. So definitely a cool experience for him. He was real quiet. I could tell he was very starstruck, just not really believing it was real, which is kind of cool.
Steph, you guys have 5 games starting tonight against 4 playoff teams in the next grind a couple of weeks ago that was unprecedented, it seemed like. How important was tonight's game? I mean, you're playing a Memphis team that has always matched up well against you guys, that always gives you guys trouble. How important was it to win this game heading into Houston or heading into Texas for a couple of back-to-backs?
We usually do a really good job of tunnel vision when it comes to the schedule and understanding the opportunity we had tonight to take care of home court advantage, like you said, against a really tough team. So at this point in the season, with 9 games left and the playoff teams that we have coming up, it gets you into that focus mode. Like, every possession is important. How our defense shows up is important. We're going to get tastes of home and road, atmospheres, and it's a good warm up for us to understand how important each game is, each possession is, and not look ahead, beyond the next 48 minutes, because that's playoff mentality.
Right, thank you. We'll have Andre in here in just a minute.
Thanks, Steph.